but I have seen Janibek, and Qazaq Style is quite good. He's sort of like the spiritual successor to Triple G.
Well, yeah, he's fast, good footwork, good pressure fighter.
The conditioning is fantastic.
Yeah, he's got look a bit like upper tires.
He's got that sort of look in his eyes where it's
like a great white
apex
shark.
predator.
I think it's going to be a knockout fest, this fight.
Well, if he beats Janibek, he's in
special.
the conversation at there as well. Yeah. Welcome back to BoxCast. In this episode, we're going to talk about the fight between Janibek Alimkhanuly and Andrei Mikhailovich. Right, that we're done. That's my work now. So
we don't want to say the names again.
Yeah. Qazaq Style is... This is for it's a unified a middleweight fight. IBF and WBO belts on the line. So it's going to take place in Palms Casino Resort in Las Vegas. And I'll do the tail of the tape. So we've got Janibek Alimkhanuly, who's from Kazakhstan. He's got a 15-0 record, 15 wins, 15 fights, 15 wins, 10 by knockout. He's got about a 67% knockout ratio. He's age 31. He's 6 foot in height, which is 182 centimeters. 71.7-inch reach, which is 182 centimeters. Middleweight is 160 pounds, and he fights out of the southpaw stance. Andrei Mikhailovich is originally Russian, but fighting out of New Zealand. He's 21-0. 21 fights, 21 wins, 13 by knockout. He's age 26. His height is 6 foot and he's 182 centimeters as well. His reach is slightly better. It's 74.4 inches, 189 centimeters. And again, it's 160 pounds, which is the middleweight. And he's orthodox fighter. And yeah, what do we think about this one? Two fighters you know well, Simon. I haven't seen anything of Andrei Mikhailovich, but I have seen Janibek, and Qazaq Style is quite good. He's sort of like the spiritual successor to Triple G.
Go with that.
So he fights in the style, although he's not the same style. He's a little bit different. I don't know if he's quite as menacing as Triple G was. But I don't think anybody's really, because I've seen a thing on Triple G and in like 390 odd fights, he's never been knocked down.
No, so Triple G's actual jaw is actually made of some unknown material found in space.
Material from an asteroid.
That is actual scientific
and he's
fact.
fought Canelo 3 times, so...
You know,
that's some doing.
The Kazakhstan army have actually took fragments out of his jaw to make tanks and armor proof.
Yeah. This is going to be an interesting episode. Yeah, but he is a very good fighter, Janibek.
Yeah, puts his punches together very, very well. Got a fantastic uppercut.
Mm-hmm.
Really good uppercut.
Fast. And he is the number 1 rated by Ring.
Well, yeah, he's fast, good footwork, good pressure fighter.
Mm-hmm.
I think not a lot of people have gone who have heard of him because he hasn't had them major standout, and he has only had 15 fights. But he's got no like real big superstar names. I know he has fought some tough opposition, but he hasn't got this.
Well, the big name was Triple G, and he's moved out the division, and then now like that's where these guys are coming up and trying to get the
belts and things.
So he had one, and he's taken the other one. I think he was the IBF, and then he's got the WBO, or the other way around.
It's going to be a close fight, this, you know.
Well, like I said, we don't really know that much about our man Mikhailovich. So,
yeah,
but he is unbeaten, and he's got a decent KO percentage, and he's got a reach advantage. So it should be a tough fight. I don't think it's an easy fight. let me just see where he's a man. He's the number 3rd ranked, so he's basically the mandatory from IBF.
He's third ranked with the IBF. He's not third ranked in the actual
no,
ring.
third ranked from IBF. So that's what I mean. It's probably the mandatory from there.
Yeah, I mean it.
Because he's not really ranked in any other. Although sometimes they don't rank you, isn't it? If you're not in
I think there's
list of things.
There's some big names in the middleweight division now. It went a bit quiet, the middleweight division, I thought.
Well, it was Triple G was dominant, isn't it? And then there was a few,
again,
and then all of them have sort of moved out.
For the last 5 years, it's been quiet.
Moved weight or moved out.
It has been quiet.
Yeah. But because there's Hamza Shiraz from
who's a
pretty good fighter.
Yeah, he's fighting. I've forgotten who he's fighting, but he's fighting on Riyadh season.
Well, he's number 2 WBO ranked, so he's got to be in line somewhere there. He's number 4 on the IBF ranking behind Mikhailovich, so he's probably next up somewhere in line to fight this guy. He's Hamza Shiraz is the first ranked on the WBC behind Carlos Adames, who's the champion, the WBC champion, and then is Arislandi Lara, who's the WBA champion. And Hamza's on there, the 6th, though, on that list.
Sure. Well, in the Ring magazine, Shiraz is 3rd.
Yeah.
And then you've got another Kazakhstan at number 6 called
Nur Sultanov. I can say that easier.
Nur Sultanov.
Alimkhanuly.
I'm going to call him Khanuly.
Just call him Janibek.
Yeah, Janibek.
That's what it's most people shorten it down to.
He's quite an imposing figure, Janibek, as well.
He has that look in his eyes.
Yeah,
similar to them. Like he's
got a look a bit like upper tires.
Yeah, exactly. He's got that sort of look in his eyes where it's
like a great white shark.
Predator.
It's not a lot, but just death behind them eyes. Like I say, from what I've seen, didn't he beat, is it Liam Butler? Can't remember. But he hit him with like uppercuts, and I thought he was going to like take him out the ring with them. I think it's going to be a knockout fest, this fight. You're just checking to see whether it was Liam Butler.
Yeah, I was trying to get his thing up, but he's not coming up on there.
Be on BoxRec.
Yeah, I'm going to bring it up while going. Carry on.
Again, it's one of them fights where after this, it's big fights only after it, because he could be fighting the likes of. Would it be too soon for Hamza Shiraz? I don't think so. I think Frank Warren will fancy Hamza Shiraz against him.
Yeah, but Frank Warren fancies his fighters against anybody, isn't it? So
but to be fair, I understand. But Shiraz does. He's a good fighter. Or does Janibek, if he wins, go for Lara? To get another belt. But I'm sure our New Zealand fans
they spell it with a Z. That's why I couldn't bring it up.
I'm sure our New Zealand fans are going to think that they're totally different.
Yeah, he beat Denzel Bentley, who's high on the list.
Bentley.
He's beaten Stephen Butler.
Not Liam. I don't know where we got Liam Butler from.
And Vincenzo Galtieri as well. Who was the other. Butler was the champion, wasn't he? WBO.
It's going to be interesting,
Oh, no, wait a minute. He's IBF champion was Galtieri. That's the one who beat him last fight. And he got the WBO from Bentley.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to remember which way around it is, but yeah. He got Bentley first and then Galtieri to unify.
So he's on a mission. He's a bit of a man of a mission, isn't he? To get these belts. But like I say, I think
And it's KO, right? Decision against
he
Bentley.
He has only had 15 fights.
Yeah, and KO.
Yeah, and
He tied him KO.
10 knockouts.
So most of his like last fights have all been KO, so he seems to be getting meaner.
But
yeah, his decisions were more at the beginning, probably because he was fighting in the more that.
Yeah.
Because they normally have a good.
I think the middleweight division needs a bit of spark in it, if you know what I mean. Like I say, I think it's gone flat the past few years. But with the likes of Hamza Shiraz and Lara and Janibek in there, I think they could spark it again.
Well, him and Shiraz are definitely interesting. You know,
Shiraz
that's why I think it'd be better if they get a few of them then come. It'd be if it was both of them had world titles and they go for it. I think as an undisputed or a unifying.
Isn't Chris Eubank Jr. still claiming he's a middleweight, isn't he? Although apparently he signed a contract to fight Canelo. I'm not too sure whether that's true or not.
Well, he's number 5, isn't he? He's above the other Qazaq Sultanov. And then Smith is still 7 on ring.
I mean,
these lists must be like...
Well, I mean... But... I don't see... You don't know what you're getting with some of these unheard fighters from New Zealand. I don't mean that disrespectfully saying unheard, because I haven't really heard much of him. They tend to fight in New Zealand or travel around a hell of a lot, learning the trade. He's got to be respected. 22 fights, no losses.
And a good knockout percentage as well.
But again, looking at his record, I don't see a lot of fighters on there that I recognise. You might say different.
On Mikhailovich's?
Yeah.
No, I don't recognise that many of them. So, but that's we don't know, isn't it? Like this will be a big. This is a fair jump up in the quality of his opposition. Let's put it like that. That's the polite way of saying it.
And it's is it on the Zone or Sky?
This one is on in UK. It's on Sky Sports Action. And I think it's on ESPN in the US, if I'm correct.
Well, there's
stream on ESPN.
Janibek's promoters, Egas Klimas, and he's pretty Andy Egas. Or manager, not
so
promoter.
Sky, this would be, you can watch it. It's not pay-per-view or anything. So for a unified fight, it's quite good to see who this guy is, and yeah, he's a good boxer.
Like I say, from Janibek's point of view, I was watching him and I was thinking he reminds me of someone, and I've forgotten who it was, but he just puts his punches together so well.
They've all got the same style, like what Triple G had, but they've got a little bit of their own thing. So he's got
super
that,
strong, super fit.
The conditioning is fantastic.
Yeah,
you don't really get gassing or tiring. They have a good technical basis to their boxing as well, and then they've got that little bit of pressure boxing skill, and that like the Qazaq style is that where you go forward and you can. But he's a good boxer as well. He's not.
Yeah, you can tell pressure. He is a good boxer. He's got good footwork.
Yeah. All the basics are pretty down.
Yeah, when he throws his punches, he steps in with him as well. Yeah. Hurtful punches.
He's not overly flashy or anything, but like technically proficient.
Yeah, he just does everything really good.
Well, yeah.
He's one of them fighters that he just does everything really good.
He's got a bit of power.
And again, like I say, I'm not too sure about his opponent. I couldn't find a lot on him either, to be fair.
Well, compared to his normal opposition, I mean, yeah, he's an unbeaten fighter, he's up and coming guy. So, yeah, I think it's getting into that sort of fight. But it's not a step up in opposition for him. Well, at least not on paper.
No.
But it is for Andrei Mikhailovich. So, yeah, we shall see. Although he's had 21 pro fights more than
that's what I'm like.
But I think they all have a good long, or they do a fair bit of amateur fights. So if they get up to 300-400, it's the same as like the Ukrainian guys.
Yeah.
But that's why they're technically so
Superb.
proficient. It's where they can convert, and that's why like his knockout ratio would probably be higher. But I think it's converting from the like amateur style into, and then his last ones are all KO, TKO, retired, blah blah blah. So I think it's only the against Butler that he's had the.
He could be one of them fighters where, you know, if you are awake in that hour in the morning and watch it, and he could get quite a lot of new fans if he puts on a big performance. Not that it's going to, like you say, his opposition, I don't think.
Well, the guy's good, but we don't know how good. So it could be somebody amazing, and then we're suddenly, forget about him. This man is the new one.
No, I can't see that. I think it's...
I think Janibek will have it, and I think it'll be by KO. And go on, you're going to go first this time?
7th round, mate.
Okay. 7th. You're picking my...
7th round KO.
Go on, you can write it down. I'll write it
You
down.
can write it on yours. I'm going to 7th round KO for Mr. Janibek. And then he'll have to fight Lara or Shiraz next.
I'm going to go 9th round KO. I'm going to give the guy up some. I don't know if it's worth it or not, but like that, he's actually good.
No, I think Shiraz might be, I think if Shiraz, doesn't he become a mandatory?
He is basically mandatory in all of them. He's the next one in the, I just said it, didn't I? In the, let's really scroll back to the top. Where are we? Middleweight. Let me just go there. He's basically behind our man Mikhailovich on the IBF rankings. He's number 1 in the WBO. He's number 1 in the WBC. And he's 6 on the WBA.
Yeah, and he fights Tyler Denny next.
See, this is the one in this division I think I wouldn't want to fight next. I think you'd want to go after Lara or Adamas.
Yeah, you don't want to fight Hamza Shiraz yet.
Well, I don't think Hamza Shiraz should want to fight this guy. I think that's the one he should go after.
No, I think Hamza Shiraz will want to fight him. I think Hamza Shiraz is in that attitude right now where he's thinking, I'll fight anyone.
This guy is damn good.
I think.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah,
he should win this fight, but
I
think this with Hamza Shiraz is probably the two guys who can both unify and well, he's already unified Janibek, but they could be undisputed in this division.
Let's find out.
I think Lara now is probably the weaker one, although he's only really lost to like Canelo and Cohen, so it's not the, and a couple of other, well, he's lost 3 times and drawn 3 times, but yeah, I think both of them could beat him, and Adamas Carlos is quite good, but I think again both of them can beat them.
Don't rate them.
Yeah.
You know what? Shiraz, just quickly.
Well, the only thing for Shiraz is I think this guy is the only one there who might be better than him.
Yeah.
I think the others he's better than.
What I was going to say was that Shiraz could be the next big name in the middleweight division. He really, really could be. And I think it's crying out for someone.
Yeah. Well, I think the big name is between these two guys.
Yeah.
I think they're the two who could be. That's why I'd want to get Shiraz, get the belts off one of the others, or both the belts, and then go at our man. It'd be an undisputed fight then.
Let's see.
Sick. Because I think if he goes to this guy, that could, I mean, obviously we'll see in the fight, but it could be a step too far. But I rate Hamza Shiraz as well. I think
he's had more fights though as well. Shiraz is 20 fights.
But Janibek's on a unified champion, so
I know, but
he's had more world level fights. Good opponents.
We shall see.
No, I think that the middleweight at the moment is between these two guys.
Yeah.
Between Hamza Shiraz and Janibek. I think that both of them are better than the other two, Carlos and
and we'll soon find out, won't we?
Yeah. Well, that's why hopefully they'll make it in this division as well, although I think it is less restriction. They should. And Janibek's the big name there at the moment, even though most people probably don't know his name.
Yeah.
But if you know boxing there, that's, and that's like usually a Kazakh division. So, because there's 2 of them already in there that are highly rated. Although we've got 3 or 4. So, but I don't think Liam Smith and
Chris
best.
Eubank
Well,
Jr.
he's too old, getting older now, and Chris Eubank Jr. are.
Hey, Liam Smith's fighting
I don't think they're at the level
Josh
of these
Kelly.
guys. Yeah.
Riyadh season. So,
Yeah, I don't think they're at the level of these 2 guys. So, who else is in the list? Adamus is so
that's it.
Janibek is number 1, Adamus is number 2, Shiraz is number 3, Lara is number 4, and then you got Eubank Jr. at number 5. But yeah, I don't think a Eubank Jr. beats him.
I mean,
or
if you're
Shiraz.
Shiraz now, you're rubbing your hands together, aren't you? Thinking,
I think
I
Shiraz beats
could
him.
take this division.
Yeah. And I'd put my money on Shiraz against Lara as well. Adamus, yeah, I think
We'll find out.
tough fight, but I think he can beat him as well. And this is the one, the guy to beat, I think, at this weight.
No, I'll be interested to watch this and
I'll
study
be
it.
interested to see what Mikhailovich does.
Yeah.
'Cause we haven't said much about it, but to
Studying-
be honest, we don't really know that much about
we
him.
apologise about that.
And he may be far better than we're
Could be
giving
the
him credit for.
greatest thing
Yeah.
since
Well, if he beats Janibek, he's in the
special.
conversation at there as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make a name for yourself, kid.
Yeah, we shall see.
Yeah.
So yeah, let us know what you think. Who do you think who are the people in this division? Let us know in the comments what you think is going to happen in this fight as well. Have we sort of undersold Mikhailovich?
Give us some info about him, because like I
yeah.
say, I couldn't find a lot about him,
Yeah.
to be honest, and there weren't a lot of YouTube stuff
Yeah.
floating around about him either, whether I'm just not looking.
Well, I
Very
couldn't
well.
either. Too much. There's not that
so
much. There's a
please,
little bit, but not.
You New
not
Zealand
much.
guys, let us know about him.
Yeah. And yeah, like, subscribe, and all the usual goodness. And we will see you in the next episode. Thank you very much.